Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am back with another Wild Whisper project. This time I am working on a beautiful card, which I think is a Valentine's Day card, but it could be used for other situations as well. Now this is a pretty short video since everything comes together quite quickly, plus I have the example to follow. So I'm going to start by cutting my 110-pound craft cardstock in half to make a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 portrait style card. I'm featuring the Rooted Love collection from Wild Whisper, which is love themed, in case you didn't know. And I'm featuring a couple of the different papers. There's this X paper with a green background, which is beautiful, a light wood grain paper, which is one of my favorites from this collection, and one of the quote papers, which I also really like. So I started by cutting my base layer, which is 4 by 5 1/4, to make it a nice even edge around the outside. And I've also pulled a red doily from my stash to give a more pop of color. Now here's the quote paper I was talking about. I'm cutting out some of the quotes here, deciding which one to use, but I used the one that says, "Give the ones you love wings to fly, roots to come back, and reasons to stay." It was hard to read because I kept moving it, but I'm trimming that out in a more cute pattern, so a little wavy pattern on the outside that follows the words along, looks nice, and that'll be the main focal point of the front of the card. This wood grain paper is absolutely beautiful. I wish I had more than one sheet, but in the newer collections from Wild Whisper, you can get double packs of the paper, which is really nice. And I can't wait to get some of their new collections. They're absolutely beautiful. I've seen some sneak peeks for later in this year, and you guys are definitely going to like it, so be sure to subscribe so you can see me featuring those collections later on. So before I glue this down, I wanted to include some foam behind my main panel here. And I also want to decorate the inside, which I showed briefly earlier, and I'll use some beautiful Wild Whisper stamps for that. So I'm quickly gluing down this red doily again to bring another pop of red in. Valentine's Day, red goes great. Even though this card is red and green, it doesn't scream Christmas. I'm not sure if it's because it's a minty green, but I think that's the reason why. But definitely a color combo that should be used year-round. So I'm putting my foam on the back so it has a boost, a little extra layer. And now I'm moving some stuff out of the way so I can start my stamping on the inside. I thought this is a fun way to dress up the inside of a card without too much busyness, because I'm always afraid it's too busy if I want to write more or less. You don't want too many things in the way. So I'm using my Focus on You Wild Whisper stamps and picking out a bunch of little flourishes here and flowers and hearts and layering them along the bottom using my stamping tool. The great thing about these stamps is I find this set in particular is one of my favorites because of all the little bits and bobs. I think it makes beautiful patterns for cards or for pocket page layouts. You can fill a whole 3x4 card with these, and it's really adorable. So definitely worth checking out the Focus on You stamp set from Wild Whisper. Along with their other stamp sets, I have quite a few and I really like them. Very high quality. So I'm going to be using my Versamark clear ink to get a perfect impression using my stamping tool. This allows me to heat emboss, and yes, I forgot to use my heat emboss resistant powder, but this one embossed just fine. But I would recommend using the powdering tool if you're going to heat emboss. Grabbing a scratch piece of paper and my embossing powder from Wow, I'm going to sprinkle this on, and I'll have a clear embossing when I am done heating it up. The cleanup is probably the worst part about embossing, for me at least. I find this powder sometimes gets everywhere, but I just try to vacuum it up or brush it off when I can. So now I'm just going to let my heat gun heat up a little bit. That always takes the longest, I think, too. I have a fairly cheap heat gun that I've used for quite a while now, a couple years. Or probably closer to 10 years, actually. But getting used to it, definitely not the best quality. There's definitely better heat guns out there. But this card is almost complete. I just have to finish decorating and embellishing, and I'm going to be using the Wild Whisper sequins that are absolutely beautiful on this as well. If you guys would like more information or to see more about Wild Whisper's products, please look at the links in the description. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I have some close-up photos for you as well. So thank you so much for watching, and definitely see the details down below. Bye guys!